mosquito cricket here. And it is a disgusting, snowy grossness. It's disgusting. I hate the snow. I can't even portray the amount of hatred that I have for snow, which is why I live in the desert. Yes, I live in Oregon, but I live in the desert of Oregon. So it's February and there's snow on the ground, and I'm in the desert. All right. So that is how my day has been. It started snowing, I think, on Monday. So, and it's supposed to snow all week. Um, so not excited about that. That is disgusting. It's been terrible. But I thought I'd show you my meal prep for this week for Danny and I. I did once again do breakfast, lunch, and dinner basically for the week for us. And because last week I was really nice to just be able to grab and go, not have to worry about it. I don't get my second job schedule until the middle of the night on Sunday while I'm sleeping. So I don't get it till Monday morning for that week. And like that schedule starts on Monday. So I'm always not really sure what my schedule is going to be exactly. And this was really nice to be able to not have to worry about dinner for Danny, dinner for me. It was already done. And I have to say it is hard eating 3 meals still. So I'm hoping that gets easier this week. Basically, today was a little bit easier to eat a smaller breakfast. So that's what I've done is I don't eat as much for breakfast. I'm starving. And so I've been basically having a snack in the morning, or like around 9:30 is when I've been having my chocolate and pecan butter to kind of hold me over until lunch, which is nice. And that's a pretty good, substantial snack, honestly. And then having dinner around between 3:30 and 4:30 every day because I work that second job. A lot of times I have to leave the house at 4:30. So for me, just for consistency's sake, that just works out for a good time. All right, so I'm sure you're eager to see what I made this week. It did take a while. Again, I tried a few different things though, and I made a soup and some things that take a little bit longer to cook. But you'll also see some of the things that I made last week that can roll into that have rolled into this week. So what we have here is all of Danny's electrolyte drinks. He has felt a lot better this week. So that has been a plus as far as getting him his sodium, magnesium, and potassium in. There's no magnesium in these. It's just potassium and sodium, and it's basically a lemonade. He likes the lemonade flavor the best. So I just take actual concentrated, probably about a tablespoon and a half of lemon juice, and then a little bit of lemon extract, some sweetener, and then potassium. I buy it from Amazon. It's called Bulk Foods, but it comes in a bag, and it's literally it's the only way to get a lot of potassium. If you get a potassium pill, the highest you can get is 99 milligrams. So this allows me to put, I put anywhere between about 4.5, 5 grams of that in here, which ends up being, I want to say about 2,200 milligrams of potassium, which is good because that's what he kind of needs. You're supposed to have 4,800 milligrams of potassium a day, which if you're eating like avocados, that can have a lot of potassium. Some meat has a lot of potassium. The problem is, depending on how much you cook the meat, you can sometimes cook a lot of the meat out. Bacon has a lot of potassium in it. Yogurt has a lot of potassium in it, but we don't eat a lot of those things. So, yeah. So that's been doing a lot better. Here we have some pecan butter that I made once again. I make every week. These are just the leftover jars that I have here. These are in 2 tablespoon increments. This was really handy last week. I literally would just grab a jar, and then I would take off about 2 pieces of this. So it's about 1/4 of this bar. And I would dip it in my pecan butter. That was my 9:30 snack that I was having. I just did hard-boiled eggs this week. I was just feeling like not doing the egg cups. But he has a couple egg cups left over from last week. He still has a few coconut fat bombs left over for last week, so I'll definitely have to get some more made. I also roasted some pecans for him and bagged them in 2-ounce bags, so he can have some more fattier snacks, because I feel like he's probably not getting enough fat in to his diet. His glucose has slowly been going further and further down though, which has been great. So here we have, this is actually left over from last week. This is the salmon and roasted veggies, and we'll have this twice in the week. So there's going to be a total of 3, because this is what I made last week and he just didn't quite get to it. So it's kind of an extra. And then we have, I call it Italian chicken salad. This is some freshly grated Parmesan Assaggio, some black olives. There's just some mix down there. That's just like a romaine, premium romaine lettuce mix. So it has a little bit of carrots in it and stuff, but it's fine. It's like 4 carbs for all that salad. And then we have, this is the Primal Kitchen Italian dressing, which is, oh my gosh, it's so good. And then this was just some chicken I fried in the skillet with some fresh rosemary, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, salt, and pepper. And then we have some tuna fish salad and pecan butter and some celery. And that'll be his food for, this will be his dinner tonight, and then this will be his lunch and dinner for tomorrow. This is some lasagna that I made with the deli meat chicken slices, so I'm really excited to try that, because it definitely does bring the carb count way down. We don't ever do the hamburger inside the lasagna. So this has mushrooms in it, which gives it that bulkier and meaty texture and feel. So I'm really excited to try this. This is actually half of like a 9x9 pan, but the carbs in it was pretty darn reasonable, actually. I can't remember off the top of my head what they were, but yeah. So I used 1.5 cups of the Mazzetti marinara sauce in there. So I did a 1/2 cup on the bottom, and then I did the sliced deli chicken meat, and then I did mushrooms and the cheeses. I did some feta, some mozzarella, and some Parmesan, and then I just kind of did that 2 more times. So total of 1.5 cups of that marinara for the whole pan. So not too bad. Then I've got just a meat and cheese, some pecans, and some olives. I usually do the roasted, or not roasted, the little tomatoes in here, but I was out and they didn't have any of the good kind that I really like, so I didn't get them. Here we have a stuffed mushroom, although you can't see it. I did mostly cook it, so you can kind of see it under there. There's the portobello mushroom, and you can kind of see there's a little bit of the mini roasted red peppers, and that I sauteed with a little bit, I think 1 clove of garlic and a little bit of red onion. And then this is provolone cheese, and there's a provolone cheese on top of the portobello mushroom too, but this will be delicious. It doesn't look great, but it's delicious. And then a couple of the fat bombs. You just have the fish again. That'll be dinner. Oh, this is the soup, and this made 4 of these in this size jar, so you can see there's mine. And then I put 2 in the freezer, so I already have 2 prepped for next week. So, you know, there's a meal already ready for next week, which is great. But this is the Cast Iron Kitchens recipe mostly. I used 2 ounces of baby carrots that I sliced. Keep in mind, so this made 4 servings, so that means that there's like a 1/2 ounce of baby carrots in each one of these, so it's really very, very minimal. It has some celery, a little bit of onion, not a whole lot, and then I used the leftover duck broth that I had. I actually had just enough duck broth to finish this recipe. It calls for 6 cups of broth, which I had 1.5 cups of the duck stock, which you add water to, because you couldn't just drink it straight. That'd be really strong. But so that made basically 6 cups. So That worked out really well. I have made this recipe before. It's very, very delicious. And I was going to do the miracle noodles in it, but since we're probably going to have it for lunch, we probably won't because I don't know that the miracle noodles would hold up well in there. So, but it's really good without it. I made it without the noodles before and it's super yummy. And I had shredded chicken that I had made last week and I had put it in the freezer. So I just had to defrost it and then shred it up and put it in the soup. So that was easy and done. Then in here, he has his nachos. You can see mine is just the taco meat. That's another thing that I had made last week was the taco meat. We had more than enough, so I had portioned it all out and stuck it in the freezer. So then I just pulled it out. But Danny has some nachos. He'll do 2 bags. I will only do 1 bag of these Quest chips because I don't need that much. And then he has some shredded Colby Jack in there. He has some holy guacamole, sour cream, salsa, taco meat, and olives. And I'll have the same thing, but I was out of the chips. I have some more on the way, so that's why I just have mine sitting there with just the taco meat. This also does not look good at all, but oh my gosh, I had a little tiny nibble of it when I made it last night, but this is that recipe from Delish that I said I was trying. It's the stuffed zucchini with, it's stuffed with shrimp. And oh my gosh, I'm super excited to eat that. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. And then we've got another meat and cheese tray. That over there is just a sheet pan recipe, chicken, broccoli, and then there's actually a little bit of squash, butternut squash in there. Because again, like I said, we're trying very hard to, balance our diets a little bit more, add a little bit more variety in the vegetable department and in our foods, So I like that the food looks a lot more colorful. I'm missing the tomatoes, and you can't really see the red peppers and stuff that's in a few of these recipes, but so that's all my stuff. I left the lids on. The difference between Danny's and I's and he typically has about double the protein that I put into my and probably double fat, to be honest, because he needs it. I don't need that much extra fat. I still have extra fat on my body, and he can just have higher calories because he's a guy, so that makes sense. So that's what we're going to be eating this week. If you saw the tagline, it said I won, so you may be wondering, well, what on earth did you win? Sorry, that lighting was really bad. And I actually won the contest that Keto and the Chaos did. I'm really excited to see what she ends up sending me. I have no idea what it's going to be, but when I get it, I will definitely show you guys what I got. But she ran a contest. She hit 10,000 subscribers, which is like so amazing, if you ask me. I'm just like, I don't even know how you can have 10,000 subscribers. But so I'm really, really happy for her. And so she asked us to send little video clips of why we watch her channel. And I wasn't feeling very good. I'd been posting, kind of putting it off. Like I said, my back has been kind of out lately. And my son was home on the weekend, so I ended up not having any extra time because any extra time I had, I spent with him, of course. But so then it was like Tuesday, and I was like, oh, I really want to do this because I do want her to feel appreciated and know that I understand how much work she puts in because it takes a long time to edit videos. That's why, as you guys know, I do lives instead of recording, editing, and posting because I don't have the time to put in to editing the videos here on YouTube because it's very time consuming. Is it worth it? It probably looks a lot better, yeah. But, I'm coming from a different place. Her goal eventually would be to professionally YouTube, basically. That's not really my goal. So I'm here. I want to answer your guys' questions. I apologize if the video quality is not always the greatest. The sound quality is not always the greatest. But if you have questions, definitely reach out to me. This is why I do this, to help inspire you guys, help you to have good ideas, And anyway, so nevertheless, I won on her contest. So I sent in a video. Wasn't that great? I'm going to just tell you that. Really wasn't. But I sent it in last minute, kind of. I made the deadline, and I actually won. So she's going to send me something from a company that's there in Utah, apparently. She didn't tell me what it was, and that's cool. So I like surprises. So that'll be coming. And then I also just noticed that Nona Grace tagged me in something. I haven't had a chance to catch up on all my Nona Grace videos, so I need to go watch some and find out what exactly does she tag me in, and then we'll find out what that's about. But anyway, I hope this gives you guys some ideas. Check out those recipes. If you are curious where I get some of the recipes from, I will definitely let you know. The taco meat, the Italian chicken, the lasagna, that was just kind of me, my own recipe in my head, so I could definitely share that with you guys if you want. Just message me or put it in the comments. But I hope you have a great Sunday, and I hope where you are it's warm and cozy and not snowy unless you like snow. And if you like snow, you should come to my house because I have lots and lots of snow. So much snow. All right. Bye, guys.